Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Vampyr. Last Let's Play we did more scavenging, and now we're gonna talk to her, but also do a bit more scavenging.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you could just die in the gutter, and no one will bat an eye.
So, capitalism?
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs. Fishburne?
Since my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
How do you pay the rent, then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Is her
Years may have
clothes
passed,
textured like
but I
that,
haven't
or is that,
forgotten how it feels
I don't
to
know,
go
the
through
computer or the
days with
game?
Nothing but an empty stomach.
Let's leave that till
Do you
later.
have any news about Sean Hampton's shelter?
I just heard the sad saint keeps on helping the sick and poor. God bless his soul.
Her voice actor sounds familiar.
Stella, I know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
But he kills a whole bunch of people. I hate this part of the game, because it's not the easiest thing. He does kill people.
The situation will only get worse. Someone has to stop Seymour.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Tell me about these demons.
It didn't
Seymour
knock it
needs your
out,
help
I
to
guess.
fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there
Unless
can
you
be a
ask the
monster
Catholic
within
Church.
Any of us.
Do you think he can be cured,
Or the
Doctor?
church. Or many religions.
Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
I mean, when I sympathized with Seymour prior, it was like, oh, that's marked off, so... Fuck, I don't know. Tab. Yeah.
There is no cure for murder, Mrs. Fishburne.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Oh, that didn't do a thing.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Why did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
There was some good voice acting there.
Goodbye.
I think that's everything, yeah? Then we can talk to Seymour and ask him about his blood-curdling rage. Or fueled rage. You don't mind if I take some grease and aluminum shards, right? I don't know why she'd keep aluminum shards, but I know she would keep grease. Because, you know, you use them for stuff. I think that's everything here. Yo, Seymour, I talked to your old man.
Good evening.
Yeah,
She's alright, I guess.
Have you...
I don't...
Okay,
Goodbye.
bye, you crazy-ass person. Just killing people. Let's see, what was next? Go there? Okay. Yeah. I'm getting hungry, eyes. My thirst for blood. It's immense. This thirst for blood. The blood thirst.
Please cross the leads, boys!
Son of a biscuit.
Steady, boys, we've got one of them!
Okay. How about some of this?
Shit! Lost it! God walks with me!
Oh, balls. Okay, I guess we'll have to kill them all.
Fear no evil! Steady, boys! He's dead! Stop that fire!
You guys really didn't have to do that. I went to get a paper from a guy's house. Smells like lentils. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Where are we supposed to go anyways? That way?
Can't get breath on this! He's on to us!
Oh, Christ. Oi! Well, might as well kill them all. Again.
I'll take a die!
It's locked, all right.
Balls. Well, I guess we'll just go around and see if anything new is around. You right? Not the most observant of vampire hunters.
It's locked.
Steady, boys! Oh, mine!
Okay, I guess we'll look it up again. Was it I3? Who's Mortimer? Mortimer Goswick. That guy. Who we know absolutely nothing about. Maybe that's a future quest? Done all the quests there. Vampyr Mortimer Goswick. In case we can eavesdrop on them. We'll do that while I read. Yoink. We're going north, right? Oh, there we go. Oops.
Good evening. I have...
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Goodbye.
Oop. Okay, I'll just stand over here and read.
Not let you down, my boy.
Missing ingredients and...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
How long must I wait, damn it?
Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir.
How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year?
You have the right to disapprove of our
There we go,
methods,
I
and
think.
kindly apologize when you're
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, what a blundering idiot.
Run around the outside of the hospital. Well, I'm outside. Hello. Oh, there we go. Didn't see the F.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you.
I'm
Like the
looking
whole world
at your
lies to us.
hats. And then another thing was, hey, go. You get the key to the office when you look for stuff, and then check in his office. Maybe not that office.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Goswick, that guy? Eight, I guess. Oh. Well, we are a quarter of the way to helping the old rich guy not die, I think.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Doctor.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reid. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Okay.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence
It's weird that
significantly affects your
Suicide's a
son's case?
crime,
All my
but
son needs is
then again, homosexuality is a crime in
Judgment and
England during
punishment
these
for what he
times.
may or may not have done.
Or at least, yeah, I guess it would be around this time. It's amazing how
Goodbye.
that one guy cracked the Enigma code, and then they're like, oh, you're gay? We're
Good
going
evening,
to
Mr. Goswick.
chemically castrate
How
you.
are you?
I'm okay.
No, you're not okay. Tried to commit suicide.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reid.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
Oh,
I
okay.
see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
Sounds good.
I have to...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
But could you go to my house? I don't want you to waste your time with me, but please go to my house and burn a letter or something. Oh, and could you get rid of a certain box of things underneath me bed? It also contains letters. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, so Mortimer, your safe house is my workplace now. Good handle parts. Tiny good handle parts. Too bad you can't level that thing. Where's this? We have that, right? Yeah, we have that. We need aluminum parts. I think. But we have that 5. Good handle parts and aluminum parts. Lots of aluminum parts and lots of handle parts.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Oh, don't need to do that. You don't mind if I sleep in your bed, do you? And take your money. I mean, I had to come here. Why is all the thing... Okay, how do they come here? The furniture's blocking their only way in. Are they also vampires? Because the only way... There's 2 ways in here. 1, they move all the furniture from their stairs. When they go in and out, or maybe just that one time, they're like, hey, we're probably going to be here a while, so we'll do that. Or B, that they're vampires, or maybe they have a grapple. But I don't think, you know, the sad, not particularly strong-looking suicidal boy would be able to do that, or his fancy mother that doesn't listen to him, most likely.
It's locked. Goody. Please, of course.
Does it say how many of all this stuff we have? Well, what's something that's cheap? Okay, we got lots of money, but his stuff is kind of expensive. D. Well, let's not betray his trust.
Good evening, Mr.
Because he'd probably not take that well.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
And?
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about
I mean,
an
I
unbearable
push all the
feeling
things.
of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
You should probably leave, London, then. Yeah, don't say that.
Despair is a deadly poison I've tasted myself, sir. We're only tempted to drink it because we're terrified by the uncertainty of the next minute.
I know that perfectly, Doctor. For I waited for so long, hoping that the next minute would be less unbearable.
I have...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
You have anything?
Will not let you down, Michael.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was
Well,
not
probably
an
not gonna
impulsive gesture.
poke him
nor
again.
was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you?
Oh, punish her.
I've known
Poor
for a
her.
long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared
I mean-
enough to avoid making me suffer like this.
Like,
Mortimer
if
is
you have something that's
extremely
suicidal,
vague as to
sometimes
his
there isn't really
motivations
much you
for
can do about it
committing
because it's
suicide.
more of a mental thing
Tell me
and
more about
chemical
what
thing
you
instead
As
of
you
like
say,
stuff. But
Mortimer
still, it's like
had no
you
reason to die.
tried to
All he
commit
said to me
suicide,
was
and
that
you.
He wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
He should be a doctor. I hear that things
You realize
go
your
well
son
mentally
could
for
try to kill
doctors.
himself again. He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
What'd she last say? She is in denial, I think.
Your determination is laudable, but you are in a state of denial, Mrs. Goswick. Your son has a very strong death wish.
How dare you talk to a mother like that? Talk to me like that?
I'm only trying to be honest, Mrs. Goswick. As painful as this fatal end may be for you, you have to accept this is a possibility.
No, I'll never accept it. If my son was to die under your care, well, you have no idea what I'm capable of, Dr. Reid.
Well, fuck you then.
Goodbye.
Too bad I can't quick save or anything like that in this game. But oh well. Wellington. So, east from the hospital, walk along the river to reach a passage that leads to the sewers. So let's see. That's Whitechapel. That would be the merchant. Shears him around here. But we've done everything for them, right? I don't like how this game is also being like, hey, you need to be hard in some areas, but then also you have to be softer in other areas. I might have, what's it called? Where I might have very slight autism. I don't know, like, every now and then I'm like, something just doesn't seem to click, and maybe it's just me being like, I have all the diseases or something like that, but then it's also like, I wonder if there's some things that just don't mentally click for me. Because, I don't know, something. East from the hospital, walk along the river to reach the passage. Oh, maybe it's where the guy is, not where the circle thing is. Because I was like, huh. It says he's along the hospital, but the red circle thing is on is on Whitechapel. I wonder what it is. Fair enough. Oh, and we're out of time. So anyways, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Please comment, guys. Like, comments, tell me to like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and share the videos have grown. Please remember to spend a new to woo you animals help control the pet population. And until next time, is it this one or the next one? On another Let's Play. Me and GamerWolfSix of Vampyr. See ya.